everybody. Hope you're all doing well. So today we are looking at another monologue from the Comedy of Errors. As always, the monologue is in the description below. So take a moment to pause me, read it, and then come on back. So here's the thing. We did the Comedy of Errors once before, and I did a whole rundown of what that play is about in that one, and I'm frankly kind of terrified to try and do it again, so I'll do the short version because if you recall, this one is the super confusing play. Short version. There are two sets of identical twins. They have been raised apart from each other because of an accident. And one day, the set of people who lived in a town called Syracuse go to Ephesus, where the other pair lives. Chaos and shenanigans ensue. Now, the ones we're focusing on today are the Antipholuses, or Antipholi, who are the masters of the servants, who are the other set of identical twins, and they are the more well-to-do group. Now, Antipholus of Ephesus is married. Antipholus of Syracuse is not. This is very important for what we're looking at today, because the monologue we're looking at today is Antipholus of Syracuse meeting the wife and sister-in-law of Antipholus of Ephesus. Now, the wife thinks that this guy is her husband because they look the exact same. They sound the exact same. And so does her sister. But the thing is, this guy, Antipholus of Syracuse, has never met either of these women before today. He doesn't have a clue who they are. And he has fallen head over heels for the wife's sister. And, of course, both women now think that Antipholus of Ephesus is hitting on his wife's sister and flirting with her. And Antipholus of Syracuse is just very, very confused by all of this. But this monologue is not about his confusion. I mean, there is a little bit of that in there because he's like, I'm not sure why you're telling me these things. I know that I'm not who you say I am. So there's a little bit of his confusion there, but most of it is him basically just fawning over this woman that he's met who he absolutely has a major crush on now. And, you know, he goes on and he's like, he shows that devotion, which is the really funny thing about this. It's like, he's hearing all of this, hearing that this woman thinks that he's her husband and that this other woman is angry at him for the same thought, and he's just like, you know what, if you're some kind of god telling me, like, remaking me, I will do it if you are the one who commands it, but honestly, I really hope that I am who I am thinking I am, because if I am, please just let me love you. And so this monologue is really interesting because this scene is kind of a start for a lot of the other issues that pop up in this play, because this is kind of what spurs Antipholus of Ephesus' wife to try and drive out the demons who have obviously infested her husband, since her husband is no longer recognizing her and flirting with her sister, which is what leads us eventually to the monologue that we did last time we did the Comedy of Errors. So, from the character standpoint, again, we're looking at this as somebody who is unsure of what's going on. He's had a weird day. There have been people who've been talking to him as if they've known him his entire life, and he doesn't have a clue who they are. And he's just found a woman who is beautiful and gorgeous and everything he has ever thought he would ever want in a wife. And she's telling him, no, you're married to my sister, buddy. And he's just, but I love you. So, let's see him. Sweet mistress, what your name is, else I know not, nor by what wonder you do hit of mine. Less in your knowledge and your grace you show not than our earth's wonder, more than earth divine. Teach me, dear creature, how to think and speak. Lay open my earthly-gross conceit, smothered in errors, feeble, shallow, weak, the folded meaning of your words, deceit. Against my soul's pure truth, why labor you to make it wander in an unknown field? Are you a god? would you create me new? Oh, transform me then, into your power I'll yield. But if that I am I, then well I know your weeping sister is no wife of mine, nor to her bed no homage do I owe. Far more to you do I decline. Oh, train me not, sweet mermaid, with thy note to drown me in thy sister flood of tears. Sing, siren, for thyself, and I will dote. Spread o'er the silver waves thy golden hairs, and as a bed I'll take them and there lie. And in that glorious supposition think he gains by death that hath such means to die. Let love, being light, be drowned if she sink. And again, this monologue ends up being a catalyst for all the rest of it. And it's all because it's a mistaken identity play. That's all we've got. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow with a brand new monologue, and we'll see you then. Bye!